Alright, so today we're going to do a pod review today on this pepper right here. There's a couple of them already. And this pepper is called the pizza pepper. And this plant's like a 2-year-old plant. It didn't really put out any pods last year. I think it put out like one. And now this year it put out a few. But next year we're going to be growing this out in the garden outside. We're going to winter it over again for a third year. And then we're going to put it outside. We're going to see what the real potential of this plant is. But let's pick these and get them off the plant so the plant can actually start making more. Look at this. What an odd shaped pod. It's like a blunt, fat jalapeno is what it looks like. Looks like a real fat jalapeno. And pick this one off of here. There's a couple more on there. Ain't too many this year. At least it produced some pods, you know. But next year we're really gonna... I wonder why they call it the pizza pepper. It's probably the perfect pepper to make pizza with. That is an amazing looking pod. Look at it. Take a real close look. You can see there's a lot of cracking in here. This particular pepper seems to exhibit this feature. Now, some peppers are highly prone to this, some aren't. It's not a big deal. It doesn't hurt the pepper. It's not the same thing as cracking tomatoes. So this is very common and very prominent in some varieties of peppers. But this one is showing it a little bit. And I'm sure if I grew it outside in full sun, you'll probably see that a lot more. Because that's usually where you get that issue. It's not really an issue. It's part of the profile of the pepper. Alright, so let's turn you around and give it a go. Alright guys, here we are. We're doing another pod review, and it's going to be on this pepper right here. And this pepper right here is called the pizza pepper. Why do they call it the pizza pepper? I have no idea. Maybe this is the pepper they use to put on pizza pies when you order a pepper and pizza. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that's what it's called, the pizza pepper. And it's quite a beautiful pepper. I'll try to give you some good angles with some lighting. Lighting in the greenhouse is getting worse because the plants are... I don't get that extra shade cover. That shade cover gives you a real good effect for getting detail. Once the sun is bleaching into here, it's really hard to get a good image. Try to hold you back a little. But that's what it looks like. Alright, so without any further ado, let's give it a go. Man, that thing is nice, man. It's a sweet pepper so far. We'll keep going up to the top. But so far it's a sweet pepper. And it's very sweet. It's sugary type of sweet. You can actually taste like sugar in there to some degree. It's very, very sweet. It has like a strange kind of a taste to it. I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't necessarily taste like bell pepper, though it does have like pepper undertones to it. The natural flavor of pepper. Like what a bell pepper would have, but it doesn't necessarily taste like a bell pepper. It just has these natural flavors. It's weird undertones to it. It's a very nice pepper. I don't know why they call it a pizza pepper, but show you the wall thickness. You can see it's a pretty thick wall pepper, and I would imagine chopping these up and putting them on a pizza is probably going to be pretty dang gone good. Let's take another bite. Well, the only thing I can say is that it's a sweet pepper. It's generally pretty mild in flavor. It's not heavily peppery, flavory type thing. It tastes more like eating a piece of fruit, like an apple or something like that, rather than it tasting like a pepper. But it does have that pepper aftertaste, so yeah, you can't deny the fact that it's a pepper. But it does have a very mild flavor to it. There is no heat on this thing. It is sweet. I bit it all the way at the top. It's just overall a really, really nice tasting pepper. I could grow these things all year and eat them. It's probably an interesting pepper to dry out and turn into a sweet powder, like a paprika powder. I'd like to try that because you really need sweet peppers to get that paprika powder. I don't know the recipe that they use to make paprika itself. There's a recipe of certain pepper varieties that they use to get that flavor of paprika. It's not just one pepper called paprika. You dry it out. No, there's a recipe to doing that and getting that paprika flavor. I want to learn that recipe and or experiment with some of the sweet peppers to see if I can mimic that. But nonetheless, this is really a really good pepper. I really do like this pepper a lot. But it's going to be planted out next year in the garden, and we're going to grow that thing out to its fullest, and we're going to see if we can get hundreds of these peppers off of one plant. Alright, so that's it. There's really nothing else to say about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.